Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of It's Me, Shri. Today we are chatting about saving tomato seeds. So we're in the thick of tomato season now, and if you found those perfect tomatoes that you maybe experimented on and want to save for the next season, now is the time to start saving those seeds. So I'm going to show you everything that we're doing. We'll even save some seeds together, and then I have a couple of seeds that are in the middle of their seed saving process. So I'll kind of show you what I'm doing there. And then I was actually gifted a couple cool seed saving tools that I'll kind of walk through. By no means are those required because I'm sure you have everything that you need. They just make it a little bit easier to save your seeds for the season. Let's go ahead and get started. So today we are going to be saving this beautiful Brandywine tomato, okay? If you'd seen in my other videos, this is what I put my fruit and berry box around to preserve so that I could ripen on the vine. I'm super excited to cut this open with you. I'll show you what it looks like. And I'm going to be saving these seeds for next season. So when you think about seeds and the type of seeds that you want to save, you want to pick the seeds from your most prolific, gorgeous fruits. And that can mean your largest tomato, maybe your largest cucumber, or even your most plump green beans. That's what's going to allow you to save the strongest fruit for upcoming seasons. So in theory, you're saving the genetics from your most strong tomato into all upcoming seeds. Okay, now let me give you a closer look. This tomato is an heirloom variety. You can see there's some splitting everywhere, which means that I got a little too much water. So I'm really glad that I harvested this. Let's go ahead and cut this open and start our seed saving process. Okay, I've brought you down a little bit. We're just gonna go and cut this tomato right open in half. I got this tomato knife in Paris actually, during one of my travels. I don't know if you saw that store went viral. Look at that! Oh my goodness! It's beautiful. So Brandywine is a super meaty tomato, really delicious in burgers and sandwiches. And all of these little holes here have all of the seeds that we are going to save. So I'm super excited. This is stunning. Okay, so all that we're going to do is we're going to take the inside of our tomato, and anywhere you see these little seed pods, we're going to just slowly take the pulp and put them in our little glass. You don't need to get too fancy with it. This could be a mason jar, a water glass. You can even simply just squeeze like this, and you see all this pulp that's coming out. That's what we're going to use to save. I'm just going to run my finger through like that. There we go. And then I even have this guy. I see a bunch of seeds here. Squeezing this one might be easier. There we go. And just like that, we have a bunch of seeds sitting in our glass. So what you'll do is you'll end up filling this with some water. You can fill it about halfway here. Juices and all, you'll let this ferment for about 1 to 3 days. And all you're doing is you're allowing the jelly that is around each individual seed to slowly kind of rot and ferment off. What you'll end up with is a cloudy jar looking something like this. And you can start to see that all of the seeds have floated to the top, some are still at the bottom. And what I'll end up doing is draining all of this water, giving everything a quick rinse, and then all of that jelly is going to have fallen off. And then you put it on some paper towel and let it dry. And this is really where the strainer and the tools that I got from Lush and Do really helped me because, and let me open it really fast, because I actually already did it for one of my other tomatoes, or a Juliet tomato variety. Their kit comes with like this little strainer, if you will, and you can see there's some like tomato skins on it because I've already used it. But it was super helpful because in the sink, I was able to just pour this out, give everything a good rinse, tack this onto a paper towel, and let everything dry. They even have one with a much finer mesh. So for me, if I'm going to strain at this stage now, I'll probably use the finer mesh versus if I'm squeezing out tomato and there's big chunks of pulp that I don't want to ferment, I'll use the bigger one, which is what I did with this. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And while I have the kit open, I can kind of show you. Comes with some really cute vials for you to store your seeds in, which I actually wanted to do right now because in a few earlier episodes, we harvested my sweet peas. They're nice and dry. And if you look inside, they're looking beautiful, like all crispy. Good. I'm just going to shake these out, and putting them in this glass vial allows me to store these guys. Look at that. So pretty. Safely. I'll give it a good label, and then I'm good to go until next season. And I have them in a nice, clean place for me to refer back to when it's time to plant next spring. So these are good to go, just like this. And then I even have some bean seeds that I saved from some beans earlier that I had ready to go and needed a place to go. So while they're just sitting in this tray, I figured that this container is probably better. Just like that. Awesome. So 2 little cute containers just like that, and love the sound. The bottles are made from glass, really high quality. Just be careful. Don't want to drop them or anything. Um, But yeah, and then the kit comes with a few other things. You can kind of see here, like a funnel for your seeds, a brush if you need to dry your seeds, and then some tweezers if you need to like pick any specific seeds out. But the my favorite part is probably their pruners. They're super high quality, really, really sharp ends. And this is what I would recommend if you're clipping anything to, big tomato stems, thick wooden stems as well if you're trying to save maybe rosemary or thyme seeds. Okay, so I actually went and grabbed a different seed glass that I've been saving. This is the one that we were working with originally. This one still has one more day to ferment. This one is ready to go. So I am going to quickly grab that finer strainer that they have. Perfect. And I'm going to strain the glass right in here into this because we don't want any yuckies spilling everywhere. So I'm just going to strain this out. Perfect. We're going to dump this water. We don't need it for anything. But you can see all the seeds are just sitting here, and there's still some in the gelatinous, but it's all fermented. So what you're going to do is you're going to wash this all off. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. I came back, and you can see the seeds here. So all the gel, like that little gel, is pretty much washed off. And this is what we're looking at. So I'm going to spread this out thin. So we're just spreading everything out thin like this. These will dry. And then you can put them in one of your glass vials and they're ready for germination for next year. All right. So that's all for today. Today we walked through how to save tomato seeds. We took a brand new tomato. We squeezed out the seeds. I showed you what it would look like after it's been fermented for a couple of days. We strained out our seeds, and then now they're drying on a paper towel ready for us to use next season. So that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out Lush and Do if you think that that's something that you'd be interested in. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time on It's Me, Shri.